purpose isn't something that you can control. And that's why I dislike it. The idea of purpose, the concept of purpose, I am not agreeing with it. And I am not agreeing with forcing actions you don't want to do. We will get to the answer, the middle that will solve everything. Because the idea of purpose means that you are living right now in the present moment for the hope of getting a certain future that you may desire. You don't even know whether you will desire that future, that vision, that purpose, because you have never lived it before. So it's just a theory, it's just an idea that gives you hope to continue moving forward and give a meaning to your current actions, which I completely disagree with. Which takes us to the next point. You need to live in the present moment because you are not guaranteed to live any day further than today's and today. That's why my way of life is a bit different. What I'm trying to teach you is that you need to accept death first. You need to accept that today may be your last day. But only that matters now is what you do now and how do you enjoy the thing that you are doing now. And you need a certain metric. You need to compare your current actions to a certain vision to know whether you are doing the right thing or no. And that is actually a very simple thing. What I do is that at the end of the day, I ask myself, the actions that I have done today, are they enough to please God? Am I ready to meet God if I don't wake up tomorrow and instead I die? Am I ready to meet God? If the answer is no, or I am not content with what I did in the day, then I cannot sleep unless I do something that is really worth it. So to tell you a little story about that, last week, in one of the days, about to sleep, and I asked myself this question and realized that I have done nothing meaningful and I wasn't really ready to meet God that night. So what I did is that got out of my room, I found a little cat, I bought some food for it, and that little action made me fulfilled enough to sleep. Because at least before I sleep, before I may die, I did a little action that is useful to the world. So it's about being ready to meet God. So God is very important in this whole equation, in this whole game. Doing this will help you detach from the future, detach from the pressure you have put on yourself. You will learn to live more in the present moment, and therefore your state of mind will be free. Free to what? Free to understand your true self. Once you have detached yourself from the one tree, you can now look at the whole image, look at a whole forest. Now you have the freedom to analyze your true self. Look very deep down yourself and find your ego. Yes, really, it's about time you find your ego, your dark side, your true self. You have to come face to face with that version of yourself, because that version of yourself represents the true you. It is the real version. It is the real. It is the one that will give you meaning. It's not a purpose. It is your true self, and your true self has been curated by your past experiences. That's why purpose is a very wrong thing, because it's not something, because meaning of life isn't something fixed. It's something that grows, that changes, because it is something that changes with your growth. So the meaning you have right now in life will change in a few years. So it all depends on the growth, the level of growth of that inner you. It depends on beliefs and principles. So what is your true ego? You need to ask this question. Be honest with yourself. Some people want to live a very peaceful life. Some people want to sleep all day. Some people want to be superior to others and achieve great things. Some people want to manipulate others. And and that type of thinking isn't wrong. It is part of you. Do not deny it, or you will live a depressed life. But what you do next is what matters. You need to take that ego and channel it to the right things. Channel it to the present moment. For example, you are someone who just wants to manipulate others. There are people like that, like Steve Jobs, but they did end up achieve great things and help the humanity. How did they manifest that type of ego? We go back to the same principle. It's about living the present moment. So I want you to use that for doing the right thing. How could you manipulate others in a good way so that before the end of the day, you know that you did the right thing? For example, you could manipulate people to do certain good actions in their lives. And that's a good thing. If you want to live a peaceful life, then that means you need to work hard all day to get that. If you want to sleep all day, and you know that you need to work hard and make enough money so you don't have to work anymore and just sleep all day if you want. That will give meaning because that's what you truly want, and do not deny it. Just find a way to channel it toward the right thing so you can sleep in ease at night, because really life is very short and temporary. You don't know when you're gonna die. Same if you want to be superior to others. Use that as a competitive spirit. Work harder than others and do better than others. So the conclusion you will end up. So the one thing that links everything at the end of the day is working hard. Once you have found out a way to link everything to hard work, then you're not gonna find working a problem at all. It's gonna become an easier thing for you to do. You're gonna work as hard as you want, as hard as it is needed for you to work. It's not going to be a problem anymore. You're not gonna have to force working hard anymore because you gave it the true meaning. You are not lying to yourself. And to end it, I will just say thank you for watching and subscribe.